Hello, thanks for tuning in. So welcome to another video from Huddersfield and the SAFC. So we're back again with the match review from our disappointing but fair, possibly lucky to hang on for a point at the end, 1-1 draw with Huddersfield last night. It was a tough physical game, like we predicted. But first things first, starting lineup. So we made two changes. So Dennis Certain we know was suspended, and Edward Mishu was the injured player who Tony Mowbray touched on in his press conference. So we started off where we had Patterson in goal, we had Trey Hume, Danny Batt, Luke O'Neill, who came in for Dennis Certain, and Lyndon Gooch. In midfield we had Roberts, Neil and Clark, and up front we had Ahmad, Pritchard and Geldhart, who came in for Edward Mishu. So a very attack-minded team. Obviously had to go for the win against what would be turn out to be a very dogged, physical Huddersfield Town team. We knew it was going to be that way. Tony Mowbray said in his press conference before the game how they like to play. The pressure high, try and pinch the ball off you, high up the pitch and cause you trouble, and that's kind of what they did all night. We started off, I thought they started off really well, and we looked a little bit subdued. We couldn't get going. The little tricks and the flicks weren't coming off. Like I said, every time we got the ball, especially the likes of Ahmad, Roberts and Clark, they were so tight. There was no space to move. They kept breaking play up, which is when you're down there fighting for your lives, is what you do. Like I say, Neil Warnock's done his homework. He knows how to stop us from playing, and it was working. And with a bit more quality in the final third, they could possibly have took the lead. You would see from the early stages it was going to be a really, really tough game. Dan Neil got booed after 14 minutes, I think it was. So we're waiting for a long one night, and then possibly slightly against the run of play. We go up and get the goal. It's a well worked move. Ends up with Joffrey Geltart, running through. Looks like he's going to put it in the far corner. Feigns to put it in the far corner, disguises it, and ends up in the near post. So we take the lead. Like I say, against the run of play, and it's a vital goal in the game. Can we then go on and make it count and manage the game and possibly get a second? But we had chances after that, possibly after the goal. There was kind of a 10-15 minute spell where we created loads of chances. They looked a little bit sick. Ahmad missed two tremendous chances. One of them, you'd have put your house on him scoring, and then Pritchard backheels and he runs in and he blazes it over the bar, and I think, oh dear me, are we going to regret that like we did against Hull, with the chance that Jack Clark missed? So after that, they came back to the game, but that was the end of the first half. We go on 1-0 up, and like I said, can we come up second half, can we manage the game? But they come out the second half, and if anything, they upped the ante. They upped the intensity. They were pressing. I thought they were pressing even more high up the pitch. They stopped us getting out, and that was proving nervy. Some of the passes were just sloppy, giving the ball away far too much. Aimless passes, aimless balls downfield that we're never going to win any headers. We just struggled. We struggled the whole of the second half, and you would see a goal was coming. We kept on giving stupid free kicks away, stupid corners away. And you think, well, the writing's on the wall here. And then, just like Tony Mowbray predicted, there's a ball played to Patty Roberts. His first touch is poor. He tries to trap it, bounces. Their player nicks in, takes it off him, plays it to Josh Garama, and Josh Garama, he's allowed to run, 30-40 yards, untroubled. Nobody goes to close him down, and he rifles a shot, right in the top corner past Anthony Patterson. It's 1-1, and from then you're thinking, oh dear me, we're going to get beat here, because like I say, the tails were up, and they were absolutely fantastic second half of the Huddersfield. I was really impressed with how they played and how they closed us down, stopped us from playing, and from there it's kind of, can we hang on, or can we dig in and get a winner? And we huffed and puffed, but we couldn't create that shot that we need, that chance that we need. Jack Clark didn't have his shooting boots on last night. There was one he cut inside and took a shot, I think, and nearly went to the corner flag. So it just wasn't our night last night. Like I say, too many players off form. if I'm honest, I think there might have been too many attacking players in the team for me. I think we they kind of got on each other's way, if you like. These little tricks and flicks, just when they're not coming off, it just needed somebody to put the foot on the ball. And I thought Dan Neil was exposed quite a bit in midfield last night. I'd have liked to have seen Ekwar in there with possibly the at the expense of probably Pritchard. Just a bit of physicality. Like I say, Dan Neil was outnumbered. They were passing through us when they're winning the ball. There was no stopping them. And when they're pressing that high, you need somebody physical, and we didn't. We had a small athletic, technical team out there, and it didn't work for me last night. But fair play to Huddersfield, a great result. Well done, Neil Warnock. Deserved the point, maybe possibly a little bit more at the end. But overall, like I say, it's a fair result. They'll have probably been disappointed they didn't take all 3 points. And right at the end, Danny Batt obviously goes off with an injury. Let's hope it's not too serious. But when you've got the likes, when we're forced to bring the likes of Isaac Lahaji on, and I think it was Tommy Robson, Lahaji looks nowhere near ready for the first time for me. And if you're expecting like them, no disrespect to them both, Tommy Robson's a young lad, Lahaji's still young, but if you're expecting them to come on and change the game, you're struggling. And that just shows you what our options are at the moment. We're short on numbers, and we're struggling, and to be where we are is a fantastic achievement, I think. But we now go to West Brom on Sunday, now having to win, having dropped them 2 points last night. But performance wise, I thought man of the match for me, I thought Danny Batt was absolutely tremendous. I think he won every header, stood up to the physical challenge well against them last night. He was absolutely immense. I thought Joffrey Geltard played well as well. I think he put his shift in, took his goal well, looked lively. But other than that, everybody else would probably be a 6 out of 10. I thought we struggled to get going all night, and that's credit to them. That's down to them. Their tactics work. He played all their physical, their tricky athletic forwards to press us high and close us down, and it worked. So well done Neil Warnock, well done Huddersfield. You've deserved your point. I hope you've had a safe trip back, and good luck for the rest of the season. You deserve to stay up. You've appointed a great manager who knows the league inside out. But like I say, man of the match for me was Danny Batt. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Are the playoffs still on now? And technically we're still banging there with a shout, but our games are running out, and our Millwall got beat last night. But we'll go to West Brom on Sunday, who were a team picking up some form. They beat Blackpool away last night 2-0. So that's going to be another tough game. Would you change the team? Mitchell hopefully will be back and available. But like I say, overall disappointing but fair result. We're lucky to get a point in the end, if I'm honest. I thought they could have nicked it. They were the team looking more likely. But well done Huddersfield. But like I always say, watch out for the match preview coming out for the West Brom game. But as always, like I always say, thanks for watching. Take it easy and stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.